Lee Minho, caught completely off guard, smiling like a teenager in love while watching a scene from one of Song Hye Kyo's old dramas. Yes, you heard that right. And trust me, the way it happened sent fans into absolute overdrive. It all started during a behind-the-scenes break on a set where Lee Minho was waiting for his next shoot. Staff members were moving around, adjusting lights, preparing scripts, and setting up cameras. Everything seemed normal. Busy, but normal. Until someone on the staff started replaying clips from classic Korean dramas on their tablet. And guess whose drama popped up on the screen? Song Hye Kyo's legendary emotional scene from her early 2000s hit. At first, Minho didn't seem to be paying attention. He was flipping through his schedule, checking messages, doing the usual. But the moment her voice came through the speaker, soft, youthful, and full of emotion, his eyes lifted almost instantly. It was subtle, but unmistakable. He looked toward the tablet as if something had pulled him in, almost like muscle memory responding to a familiar warmth. And then it happened. Smile. Not just any smile. Not a polite, casual smile you give when you recognize something. No. This was a slow-forming, uncontrollable, gentle curve of his lips, the kind you can't hide even if you try. His eyes softened, the corners lifted, and before anyone could blink, there he was. Lee Minho, the king of K-drama charisma, smiling like someone had whispered the sweetest secret into his ear. The staff who noticed tried to act casual, but you know how people are. One person nudged another, and suddenly everyone was glancing at Minho. Even he didn't seem to realize that he was smiling so widely until a staff member jokingly commented, "Sunbeam, you seem very invested in that scene." And instead of denying it or brushing it off with cool charm, Minho actually looked embarrassed. He touched his face as if he could hide the smile, cleared his throat, and mumbled something like, "It's a famous scene," while turning his attention back to the script. But the damage was done. His reaction had already spilled into the atmosphere and spread like wildfire. Imagine being so captivated by someone that even seeing their old drama clip pulls out a pure, unfiltered smile. Lovely viewers, can you imagine how fans reacted once this little moment slipped out? Social media exploded instantly. Some fans wrote, "He couldn't help it. His heart jumped before his brain did." Others commented, "This is exactly how someone behaves when they genuinely admire someone deeply." And many more simply screamed into the void of excitement. But here's where things get even sweeter. This wasn't the first time Minho showed admiration for Song Hye Kyo's past works. Many fans recall interviews where he subtly praised her talent, called her timeless, and admired her emotional depth in acting. But seeing him react in real time, completely unguarded, brought an authenticity that no scripted answer could provide. And it wasn't the drama scene itself that made fans emotional. It was the expression Minho wore. The smile wasn't flashy. It was soft, nostalgic, warm, like someone remembering a moment connected to a person they hold dear. A smile filled with a kind of quiet fondness that words couldn't quite capture. It left fans wondering, was he smiling because the scene reminded him of how beautiful Song Hye Kyo looked back then? Was he admiring her acting, appreciating how far she has come? Or was it something more personal, something that even he couldn't hide? One fan put it perfectly, "People don't smile like that unless their heart recognizes something precious." And honestly, lovely viewers, isn't that so true? As the clip played on the tablet, Minho kept stealing little glances here and there, pretending he wasn't watching, but his eyes kept drifting back. The sweetest part was how natural it all looked. He wasn't acting, he wasn't performing for cameras. This was pure, genuine, heartfelt reaction. Imagine being so moved by someone's presence, even in a video from years ago, that your whole face lights up without permission. If that's not adorable, I don't know what is. What's even more interesting is that the staff on set reportedly felt a noticeable shift in the atmosphere. They described it as soft, gentle, and unexpectedly sweet. People smiled to themselves, some exchanged knowing looks, and a few quietly whispered among each other, "He really likes her, doesn't he?" And that's when fans on the internet took the conversation to a whole new level. Some wrote theories, others made fan edits, and a few even joked, "If this is how he reacts to her old drama scene, imagine how he reacts when he sees her in real life." Lovely viewers, take a moment and imagine that. Imagine Minho watching old clips of song Hye Kyo, smiling like that, and then meeting her afterward. Imagine the energy between them, the warmth, the respect, and the admiration that has only grown stronger over the years. Maybe this moment means nothing significant. Or maybe, just maybe, it means everything. Maybe it's a hint of deeper admiration. Maybe it's a spark. Maybe it's a quiet affection that even he doesn't fully realize he's expressing. And that's what makes this moment so captivating for fans. It feels unscripted, real, and full of possibilities. The kind of moment that turns into whispers, whispers into questions, and questions into hopeful excitement. Lovely viewers, what do you think? Was Minho's smile simply admiration for a legendary actress? Or was it something more heartfelt? Something that slips out naturally when someone has a special place in your thoughts? One thing is certain. When someone's old drama scene is enough to make a global superstar smile like that, you know the connection or admiration is powerful. And fans will be watching closely, waiting, hoping for the next unexpected moment. The next soft smile. The next little sign that these two superstars share something beyond what the public sees. What unfolded next only made fans even more convinced that Minho's smile wasn't just a random reaction, but something deeper, something sweeter, something that felt almost like a quiet confession without words. After that adorable incident on set, everyone thought the moment would end there. A smile, a teasing comment from a staff member, and then back to work. But no. Life had other plans and fate. Oh, fate was definitely in a playful mood that day. Because just a few hours after being caught smiling widely at Song Hye Kyo's old drama scene, Minho found himself scrolling through his phone during another short break. And guess what popped up? A fan edit of Song Hye Kyo from the very same drama scene he had just reacted to. Lovely viewers, imagine his shock. It was almost as if the universe was whispering, "You thought you could hide that smile? Absolutely not." And if you think his reaction the second time was any less adorable, think again. One staff member quietly mentioned that when he saw the fan edit, he paused, completely froze for a second, and then this tiny smile appeared again. Not as wide as before maybe, but softer, more intimate. The kind of smile someone wears when they feel a warm memory brushing against their heart. And here's what made fans lose their minds. Minho didn't scroll away immediately. He stayed. He watched. He lingered on that edit longer than anyone expected. But the sweetest part, he didn't look embarrassed this time. He looked thoughtful, almost nostalgic, almost like someone remembering a feeling they've tried to keep private. Lovely viewers, let's be honest. Sometimes people reveal more in their silence than in their words. And in that quiet moment, with no cameras officially rolling, with no public pressure to maintain an image, Minho's expression told a story all on its own. But wait, there's more. Word started spreading. And in the world of Korean entertainment, news travels faster than light. By the next morning, whispers were floating around online that someone from the staff had informed a subtle detail. Minho had asked casually, very casually, about that old drama. He asked when it aired. He asked if that scene was as iconic back then as fans say. He even mentioned that she looked different, but in a beautiful, classic way. Lovely viewers, come on. That is not a normal, empty question. That is someone genuinely intrigued, reminiscing, and yes, admiring. And because the internet never sleeps, fans started digging deeper. They found old clips where Minho referred to Hye Kyo as timeless. They found moments where he spoke highly of actresses with elegance and emotional depth. Descriptions that match Song Hye Kyo perfectly. Some fans even recalled a moment years ago when Minho shyly admitted he admired senior actresses who carried themselves with grace. At the time, people speculated he meant Song Hye Kyo, but had no proof. Now, with this smile, with this renewed curiosity, with this sudden interest in her past roles, lovely viewers, the puzzle pieces are falling into place. And then came the moment that truly sent shockwaves. Later that week, during a light-hearted media interview, Minho was asked about actors who inspired him early in his career. He hesitated, just for a second, smiled the tiniest smile and said, "I was very fond of the generation of actors who brought emotional storytelling to life. Their dramas shaped my childhood." The reporter pushed gently. "Anyone in particular?" Minho laughed softly, that same shy laugh fans recognize from his earlier days, and simply said, "I think the names are obvious. You all know them." And though he didn't say her name, everyone knew exactly who he meant. The online reactions were immediate. Thousands of comments, edits, theories, and excitement skyrocketing. Lovely viewers, what makes all this so fascinating isn't just the fan craze. It's the sincerity behind Minho's reactions. The smile wasn't forced. His curiosity wasn't staged. His admiration wasn't scripted. It felt real, genuine, unfiltered, and incredibly sweet. And remember this. Song Hye Kyo wasn't even present. She wasn't filming with him. She didn't appear out of nowhere. The reaction all came from seeing her old scene, the version of her that belongs to nostalgia, not the present. And that kind of admiration, that comes from a deep place. Some fans even speculated that Minho might have watched her dramas when he was younger, long before fame, long before cameras followed his every move. Just a young man, admiring an actress whose performances touched millions. Imagine that, years later, he becomes a superstar himself, yet his expression watching her doesn't change. That wide, soft smile looks exactly like the smile of a young fan discovering beauty in someone's work for the first time. But here's where the story takes another sweet turn. A fan attending a public event recently claimed that when Minho was asked about classic K-drama scenes, he instantly mentioned how emotional storytelling from earlier generations shaped his love for the industry. And while he didn't name her, fans swear his eyes sparkled when someone in the audience shouted, "Song Hye Kyo." He didn't deny it. He didn't react awkwardly. He simply smiled. That same smile. The same one he had when he watched that old drama scene. Lovely viewers, we have to admit, these little moments are speaking louder than any official statement ever could. Something is there, whether it's admiration, nostalgia, fond memories, or genuine affection that has grown over time. Fans are already calling this Minho's soft era, where his expressions are giving away emotions he never verbally confirms. Some even joke. He can hide his words but not his smile. And honestly, they're right. Because the truth is simple. When someone has a special place in your heart, even in the quietest corner, you react differently. You smile differently. You remember differently. And Minho's reaction proves exactly that. Lovely viewers, stay tuned and stay close, because if one unexpected drama clip could make him smile like that, who knows what will happen the next time these two cross paths. The possibility alone is enough to make the entire fandom hold its breath. The way this story keeps unfolding feels like watching a quiet love letter being written in real time. One smile, one glance, one unspoken moment at a time. And this next chapter. Oh, it only gets sweeter, deeper, and even more intriguing. After fans began buzzing non-stop about Minho's unmistakably warm reactions, something else happened. Something small but powerful enough to ignite another wave of excitement across the internet. A few days later, during a casual live appearance, fans noticed something subtle in Minho's behavior. He was relaxed, speaking calmly, answering fan questions with his usual charm. But every time someone mentioned classic dramas, or the actresses who shaped Korean entertainment, his expression changed. Not dramatically, not obviously, but in that soft, almost imperceptible way where the heart speaks before the mind catches up. His eyes would brighten just a little. His smile would become slightly gentler. And then a fan suddenly commented, "Oppa, who was your first drama crush?" Lovely viewers, Minho paused. Not the usual playful pause where he prepares a witty comeback. This pause was thoughtful, almost nostalgic. He looked down, smiled to himself, then raised his head and said, "You know, some actors leave a strong impression on you, especially when you're young." Fans instantly erupted. Even the live stream chat exploded with messages. Song Hye Kyo. Just say her name. We know who you mean. Minho, you're exposed. But the best part, Minho didn't correct them. He didn't deny it, didn't shy away, didn't deflect with humor. Instead, he simply laughed, soft, shy, and yes, that same smile again, and moved on. Lovely viewers, that one tiny reaction triggered an avalanche on social media. Fans called it the confirmation without confirmation, while others joked. His smile is giving everything his words refused to say. But the universe wasn't done yet, because just a few days after that live stream, something even more interesting happened. Song Hye Kyo posted a throwback photo on her social media, a black and white still shot from that same old drama. Lovely viewers, imagine the chaos. Fans immediately connected the dots. The clip Minho smiled at. The nostalgia he mentioned. Timing. Everything lined up too perfectly. And guess what happened next? Minho liked the picture. Not instantly. Not right away. But hours later, late at night, when it was quiet and most people weren't even online. Lovely viewers, you know what that means. That wasn't a random scroll like. That was someone who thought about it, came across it intentionally, or maybe someone who saved it to look at it again. Fans couldn't handle it. Some said he liked it silently like a man who doesn't want to be obvious. Others wrote he waited until the noise died down. This is so suspiciously sweet. And then a fan discovered that Minho had been following a nostalgic K-drama fan account, one that frequently posted old clips, including many featuring Song Hye Kyo. Sound like coincidence? Not to the lovely viewers who were following every breadcrumb. Meanwhile, insiders started whispering that Minho had recently mentioned wanting to work with an actress he admired since his youth. They didn't name her, of course, but after everything happening, fans put two and two together immediately. But here's where the story takes another turn, one that feels like something straight out of a romantic drama. A staff member from a beauty brand event revealed that Minho had been flipping through a magazine when he paused on a photo spread featuring Song Hye Kyo. Not just paused long enough that another staffer joked, "You like that one?" And Minho, probably realizing he'd been caught again, simply smiled and said, "She's someone whose work I respect a lot." Lovely viewers, come on. At this point, it's not just admiration. It's admiration with warmth. Admiration with history. Admiration with a softness that keeps slipping through no matter how good he is at staying composed. But the most heart-stirring moment came during a private fan meeting. A fan asked him casually, if you could watch only one classic drama for the rest of your life, which would it be? Minho laughed, looked up thoughtfully and said, I'd pick something emotional, something timeless, something that reminds me why I fell in love with acting. Lovely viewers, the room knew. Everyone knew. Even Minho probably knew they knew. Because his expression gave him away. Even before fans started screaming the title of Song Hye Kyo's drama. His cheeks lifted. His eyes softened. And that smile, the same one he wore when watching the scene, appeared again. Pure, gentle, uncontrolled. And that, lovely viewers, was the moment fans realized this wasn't just about a scene, or nostalgia, or admiration. It was about Song Hye Kyo. Something about her moves him, touches him, softens him, makes him smile in ways he doesn't even realize he's revealing.